Do you really have only one bank account? You are definitely at risk. Most of us have several bank accounts, but there are people who start their job and then start their first bank account and they never open any other bank account for various reasons. Some could be valid reasons about administration and charges and all. But you're at risk. This video will be covering all the risk and what is the best practice to ensure how many ideal number of bank accounts we should have. Please do not miss any portion. Watch fully, carefully. One of my friends had traveled to the USA. He used his company provided credit card during travel. He safely returned back and company paid all dues. After a month time, one day morning, he started receiving SMS in the phone that his card was swiped in Kenya for 10,000 rupees. And the transaction started repeating for about 4 times. By the time he checked and blocked the card, his credit card account was wiped out with all the limits that he had set, about 1 lakh rupees. Furthermore, he had to block his entire account while blocking his credit card, as both of them were linked and were from the same bank, and also his salary account also the same. He had filed police complaints and it took a lot of time and effort to recover what was lost. Fortunately, because it was a corporate card and they had clear proof that he was not traveling at that time, so many things they had to prove, and they were able to recover money, but the trauma that he went through was real. The most important thing during the process was his savings account was highly exposed and at risk. Unfortunately, he had operated only one bank account. This had put a lot of risk and also stress on him to withdraw all his money and keep them safely, and he had to take several other steps to ensure. He had sleepless nights for weeks to months while he's going through this process. Let's quickly review the key problems associated with having just only one savings bank account. Single bank account holders are more vulnerable to fraud and unauthorized transactions. If their account details are compromised, they may suffer financial losses and it might take time to recover the funds, causing significant distress. And also, there are so many fraudulent acts happened already, and some of them done quite far from the road country, and many cases are still pending because some of them are really not able to crack. In case of suspicious activities or legal issues, banks may freeze or place hold on accounts. For single account holders, this can lead to immediate financial hardship as they may not have access to alternate funds until the matter is resolved. During 2003-2004 time frame, when I was working in a company, that particular company had a salary account, particularly with Global Trust Bank. You all know very well now, there is no bank called Global Trust Bank currently. Yes, that bank went bankrupt during that time, and unfortunately all my money in that bank, salary money, was totally stuck, and the bank went on to moratorium for 3 months, and those 3 months were quite hard for me because during that time everything used to happen through cash transactions, and of course the ATM is something was there, but this bank account I could not operate for 3 months. So that was a very hard lesson. And of course there are so many measures that government takes, but if you hold only one bank account, bank failure can really impact you very badly. Banks occasionally experience technical glitches or service disruptions that can affect account access and transactions. Single account holders may face more significant disruptions to their financial activities until the issue is resolved. Single account holders might have limited options for comparing services and products. They may miss out on potentially better interest rates, lower fees, or superior customer service available at other banks. For example, many of the banks that are giving only less than 6% in terms of FD rates, but there are banks that provide 7.5 or 8 or even more in terms of FD return rates alone. So this is a very small opportunity, and similarly there are so many different services provided by banks that we may not be even aware because we have only one single account. Relying solely on one bank can lead to dependency and lack of flexibility. If the bank imposes new fees, charges, changes in its policies unfavorably, or provides inadequate customer service, the single account holder may feel trapped and disadvantaged. What is the ideal number of savings bank account one should hold? What types of bank accounts are ideal? Everyone should be having a primary account. It's essential to have it as part of your process of receiving salaries every month. Do not link this account to any other stuff like UPI and other electronic wallets, and do not expose this by using it online or linking it with any other credit card. Keep this isolated only to receive salary, and once you receive it, and start moving the money to your other FD accounts and other savings accounts. It's prudent to have a backup or secondary bank account for contingency purposes, such as in case of the issue like primary account is under threat or blocked, or the particular bank goes through some problem, or any kind of identification of theft or fraud. Those times you can keep this as your primary account immediately. So this could be used for managing day-to-day expenses as well, and conducting basic banking transactions and bill payments. And this could be linked to all your wallets, UPI, whatever, and whatever payments that you are making. All those stuff should go through this, so that your primary account is not at all exposed. Only this particular account is exposed in that case. And also not to have too much of money in the secondary account. It should only keep up to the emergency fund, like 2 to 3 months of your expenses. Some of us might opt for joint bank account with either spouse, family member, or business partner for shared expenses or financial goals. Joint accounts can facilitate easier management of finances for shared responsibilities. This can come quite handy when you travel and the other person can take care of payments and transactions. You might want to consider keeping a special account depending on your financial goals and requirements. For example, you might want to keep such accounts when you find a higher interest rate paying fixed deposit, or you want to link your demat account to this account and want to keep only this for all the demat related stuff, because when you have started purchasing shares, dividend income would come, and this can be easily tracked in this one single account. So when you diversify, very important thing to consider, simply do not open all the 3 or 4 different accounts in the same brand. Like if you are having a HDFC bank account, simply opening 4 different accounts within HDFC does not help. Rather, open PSU bank and then private bank. Like this you diversify. Ultimately, the decision on the number of bank accounts should be based on individual financial needs, convenience, and preferences. It's important to regularly review your banking requirements, adjust the number of accounts as necessary to ensure optimal financial management. I personally feel we should have at least 2 to 3 different bank accounts to diversify and ensure safety. In summary, one should need at least about 2 to 3 accounts minimum, so you can manage your salary and emergency fund in one account, and a joint account where you have higher interest paying FD plus all that transactions, payments, e-wallets, all that you can link. And of course, the third special account for only for investments like demat, mutual fund, and all other investments. So that way you are safe and you are very well diversified. Thanks for watching. Hope this video is useful to you. If so, please click the like button, and if you are not subscribed, please subscribe.